My name is Yetunde, and meet Car Sally.
No, go say Cas, I go say Kes.
Cass.
It's Kes.
Party planner. Yetunde party planner. YPP.
What do you suggest for the ambience? Like, what are we looking at?
Why it's not like we want to do party for Musi where they will shoot bottle. Where think we need ambulance for?
Depends. You need to give us the quantity of people that will die that day.
What dog?
Madam, we're talking about bucket door. That's what. Not like.
Mommy, see, I know Billy Cool Spider. I got a shit.
That's like our motto.
I'm thinking how we met is not coincidence.
America will go there.
Shut up. Kai.
Mad. Exactly how I felt after I saw this movie, Fate of Alakada. I mean, I don't know, I'm still finding the right words to describe this. And trust me, you know that I don't come here to gush about movies that did not exactly do justice to their existence. But talk about this one. I was quite skeptical, but it did live to expectation. And yes, I'm about to tell you some of the things I enjoyed the most about this movie, even though a lot of people anticipated it to be a flop. But hey, big ups to Toyin for bringing us something that made me laugh. I mean, she said, come laugh, and I laughed. So what else? Let's get into this review, guys. Hey you, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Elesha Moyoserolu and I'm happy that you found your way to my YouTube channel for yet another movie review. I am a YouTuber that creates content around movies, music, fashion, lifestyle, everything in my head basically, and everything I find interesting. So yes, please, if this is a content that resonates with you, please make sure you like and subscribe to my channel before you go in case you're new here. And if you're returning subscribers, Mado, YPP, Mado. Anyway, welcome back guys, and yes, I'm just going to get straight to business today because I'm quite excited because I went to the cinemas with a lot of expectations. By the way, I think I must say that this is something I'm particularly happy about because I had personal conversation with Toyin and she sounded quite passionate about this movie, and she was scared at the same time about the reception from people, and I was just there hoping that it's worth it at the end of the day. At the time I had the interview with her, as you can see in this picture, my picture with her on the day the movie premiered on October 1st. I was really hoping that it's worth the hype, and I couldn't even see it on October 1st because I wanted to just go rest my head after a long day and then come back with clean head to see the movie. And thankfully I saw the movie on October 2nd, and yes, I'm very excited that I had fun, I enjoyed it, and I can get to come talk about it with a very open mind, without bias, and and tell you guys why you should go see it, of course. So yeah, I say congratulations to Toyin Abraham first, and then we get to talk about the movie. Okay, first thing I need you to know is that when I saw the trailer of this movie, and then when I saw everyone on the movie, from Davido to Messi AK to Coco to Anto, I mean everyone on the movie, when I saw the trailer, I was scared. I was scared because recently I realized that Nigerian movie producers have a way of just bringing people on board, so many people, to just sell their movie without necessarily considering if they fit, or if they should be there, or if you want to even see them there, or if they will do justice to the roles given to them. But contrary to that position, I think this is so thoughtful, and I felt like everyone on the movie, everyone that was called on this particular project, deserved to be there. Even if it was just one scene, it made sense how they were used. I think I'm rushing too much because I can't wait to let everything out. But let's first talk about the movie itself. I'm sure you know that Fate of Alakada is a sequel to the Alakada series, which has been on for quite some time now, some years now. We started with Alakada 1, and that was when I think Toyin Abraham became known to quite a number of people. At the time, she was Toyin Aimaku, and a lot of people loved it. They accepted it, the whole Alakada, Yetunde Alakada, and all of that. The fact that we had the girl in the university who was trying to portray who she's not or what she's not. Yeah, it was accepted. The lesson learned, everything was cool. I think one of the emotional part for me in that movie was when she lost her brother, younger brother, who she sent away from her hostel when he came bearing some of the things their parents sent to her from the village. The brother died in an accident and all of that. So that was like the high point of that movie for me. I don't know if you can remember it. Then we had Alakada Part 2, good one. Then we had Alakada Reloaded, which I did not see, by the way. I don't know why, but I did not see it, and I think nothing spoiled at the end of the day, because Fate of Alakada is something that is totally outside the Alakada Reloaded, because it's a different story entirely. This time we are introduced to Yetunde, the event planner, but then how did she get to that point? First off, I must say that I think the story is brilliant. It's different. We've always known Yetunde as someone who wants to try her hands on anything that would bring her money. She's desperate about making money to impress people, desperate about making money to live a particular standard in life and all of that. So we've always known Yetunde to be that person. And when she decided to go on the event planner journey, I wasn't really surprised. I was very sure that she must have seen something that, enticed her into being an event planner. And they did not disappoint, because they did show her how she got the idea of wanting to become an event planner. She and Broda Shaggi, who did an amazing job, by the way. So in case you're watching some of those in the movie, let me tell you quickly. We had Broda Shaggi, we had Yetunde, Alakada, that's Toyin Abraham herself. They were like the lead characters in the movie. We had Davido, Messi, A.K., Mabel, Makun, that's AY's wife. We had quite a number of them. Coco, Anto, Kafi, that's the Big Brother Niger people. We had Dija, we had Peruzzi. I love this role, by the way. Very simple but very impactful. We had Cobams. I don't know. Okay, the other lady is not Cobams' wife. Yes, I actually checked the cast. She's not Cobams' wife. So we had Cobams and someone who is supposed to be Cobams' manager. I want to believe that's his manager in real life. We had the giant in Lagos, that man, I don't know if you guys know him, but we had that man in the movie also. I mean, a lot of people. Taymesan played an amazing role too. You see that it's very difficult to forget anybody, because everyone played their role well. And we had some of the comedians too, Kalabachik, what's this other woman's name, the event planner herself, Warri Pikin, amazing people. And then some other stars or celebrities that were used as Toyin Aimaku's celebrity crush in the movie, like Alex Okubo, Alex Unusual. They also farms Bam Bam. There were so many people on it. But the interesting part is these people had roles to play. We also had Jerry Swanky. We also had Stephanie Coker. You see, I can remember all of them because they were important. So it's not like I carry cast and we do not know what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. They knew where they wanted them to be. That's one thing I enjoyed about the movie. Unlike some other star-studded movie where it's like these guys are not important. You don't even know why they are there. But this ones, we knew why they are there. We knew what they wanted to tell us, what they wanted us to see through their character. Do you understand? And then we also had Odunlade Adekola Diafa, Baba Wande, who I really liked. I liked to see him. It's been a while I saw Baba Wande in a movie. Toyin Aimaku's husband was also in the movie. Timini was in the movie. MC Lively was in the movie. These guys were one set of character in the movie. We also had Elesho, that's Baba Elesho, who was also in the movie. The man who was disturbing them on the bus where he was selling drug, while other people were catching up with Yetunde, who was living the celebrity life via social media. So it was interesting to see all of these people in the movie. And I think I also liked that at some point we had some unexpected cast pop up, and then it got us all screaming in the cinema. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. I liked it. See, if this is how people would bring stars on a movie and use them well, I'm okay. Even if it's one scene, as long as they play their role and they leave us with something to remember, I'm okay with it. So it's not every time you bring people on a movie and then you don't even know why you're bringing them on. I think Toyin Abraham and the director, Kayode Kasum, they knew what they wanted. They knew why they wanted people to be on the movie, and they did justice to everybody that appeared on that movie. Trust me, and that's one thing I really enjoyed. So yeah, Tony Abraham's introduction into the event planning life was as a result of herself and her cast friend as Kasali, Broda Shaggi, storming and going for every party in Lagos, Mogbomoya, farming celebrities and all that stuff. And then they had an event planner, which happened to be Worry Pikin, talking about how much money she makes from planning events. And then it struck Tony Abraham that, so they make this kind of money in events. I'm going to be an event planner. That was the beginning of our trouble. That was the beginning of our trouble. And you know, she started talking about the fact that she had to even start her journey, her lives from that particular event she crashed, saying, making live videos and posting on social media that she was the one that planned the event. So you can tell that that is the Yetunde we know, the Yetunde who always told a lie to leave the standard of life she had set for herself. So I wasn't surprised. I mean, she started off by forming a name for her event planning company. You know, the part of it, even trying to form a name for herself, was quite hilarious. The comedy was really, really on point, you know, and then messages were drawn out of different corners of the movie, from bullying, social cyber bullying. And one thing I want you to know, that these guys on the movie, most of the stars you saw that were introduced to the movie acted their real self. So for instance, now Mercy acted Mercy, who was trying to hire Yetunde to plan a housewarming, which we know actually happened. She recently got a house and had a housewarming. So these things were like just bringing reality into the movie, which was totally relatable, and that was something that I totally enjoyed about the movie. Even Davido's role was just basically about Davido hiring her to say, okay, I want to plan my child's naming ceremony. It was relatable. I mean, it was totally relatable. It's something that we know happened. So it wasn't like she brought these guys in to come and act, but it was just like they were part of the celebrity group which she wanted to work with as an event planner. Does that make sense? Yeah. So it does make sense to have all of these people come on board. So yeah, from faking it to cyberbullying Peruzzi and saying, you know, she was just checking Instagram, usually something like anybody would do, and she was cyberbullying Peruzzi, and Peruzzi had to respond to her like, say no to cyberbullying, and she said, oh, so it pain you, I am in my house, come and beat me. And then she slept off and had a dream that Peruzzi came with boys to come beat her up. That scene was fantastic. I think that's one of my favorite scenes on the movie, because I literally screamed when she heard a knock on the door. She opened the door and it was Peruzzi, and she said, yes, I am now in your house, I'm ready to beat you up, until we realized that it was a dream. That was Peruzzi's role, which totally made sense. You know, so everything we saw on that movie made sense. And yes, apart from, okay, let me not even go to the apart from, right? Yes, so they used some of these things to pass home a message, which was really relaxing. I mean, it was in a relaxing form, and I enjoyed it. Away from cyberbullying, she also talked about drugs, where Cass was doing drugs, and Cass, being the agbero that he is, he wanted to do drugs while they were planning their first event, and you know, she caught him and she had to tell him to say no to drugs. Although I noticed that place wasn't entirely, maybe she did not exactly follow her script. I feel like she was hammering on some things which were not, like the way she was passing the message, it was too obvious that she wanted us to get the message. You know, that kind of thing. That was how I felt. But at the end of the day, we got the message, say no to drugs. So yeah, that was another interesting role. And Odunlade was in that particular scene where they were supposed to name a child, and because Cass wanted to hide the drugs it was holding, he poured it into Chapman, which Alpha that came to name the child drank, and then they started misbehaving. It was interesting to watch. And then another message we saw was the message about body shaming, or maybe not respecting people with disability, and that was where Cobhams came on board, because they also wanted to hire her to plan their event. And she said, oh, so you are blind? I know we cannot plan your event because you are blind. And Cobhams went really deep. At some point I was like, Cobhams, we are sorry. See, on behalf of Yetunde, we are very sorry. It went really deep. I felt like that scene was so sincere. It was deep, because Cobhams had to reprimand herself and Cass to tell them that they needed not discriminate people with disability. And I felt that place, like I felt it. That was another lesson learned. Another lesson I think I brought out, apart from bullying, drug, people with disability, lies. Of course, they were going to talk about Yetunde's lies, and I think Auntie Funke Bucknor did a good role, played a good part in that one. You know, after she had been caught, embarrassed, and called out for the liar that she was. She had met Auntie Funke Bucknor in another event before that time, and she just felt, it's something that is relatable. Like, okay, you saw this person has been living a fake life on social media. She's been trying to be a celebrity, and then they caught her, and you just felt, okay, let me help her. And you invited her over to help her. It was totally, I feel like it's something that can happen. I can do it. Just to bring that person out of the mess and help them lead a good life. It's possible. So yeah, that was another good scene for me. And then to the whole main event they got money for to plan. That's Swanky Jerry's event for his girlfriend, Stephanie Coker. They got money, 50 million naira, blew it. She had to play lotto, bets to try get money back. All of these things were interesting parts of the pieces that makes up the movie, which I think I totally enjoyed. If you ask me, I don't think there's anyone I felt like shouldn't be in that movie. Another favorite scene for me would be the scene where after spending the money and Stephanie Coker was, threatening them on the phone, and she was like, oh, watch your back. And then after receiving the call, the giant appeared, and unknown to them, the giant wasn't even after them, but they had displayed all their drama. That was quite hilarious. And then, a lot of high moments for me, and there was no scene I felt was too much, or maybe the scene I felt shouldn't be as long as it was the scene where I think where she and Cass had a disagreement. I think that was the only exaggerated scene for me, and maybe the scene of the naming ceremony was probably a little bit exaggerated, but apart from that, every other scene made sense, every other thing made sense. I also felt like the party wasn't exactly planned well. I mean, if you're giving somebody 15 million naira to plan a party, when the party eventually happened, I expected it to have a bit of hype here and there, but the party was downplayed a little, and I didn't even see the essence of having Yetunde speak at the party. That also didn't make sense to me, but away from that, it was a good watch. It was totally a good watch. Cinematography was good, directing was on point. I feel like also they didn't follow their script sometimes, which was quite obvious to someone like me, but then I could overlook it. Everyone made sense. Everything made sense. And one of the intelligent parts that I saw was the part where she introduced some of the brands she's an ambassador for, which was clever, but at the same time was interesting to watch. Believe me when I say this is a good movie. I liked it. I enjoyed it. If I did not like it, I will come to tell you the truth. This is not because I've always told you times when Toyin Abraham had works that I didn't really enjoy. I told you about it, but this one I enjoyed it. It was worth the hype. Everybody did well. Her husband was amazing. Timini, MC Lively, their character too was interesting. Her husband was chiking Toyin Abraham, and they were supposed to meet, and then Baba Wande's role, everything just totally was in sync. They found a way to knit everything together. And I felt it was thoughtful. It was really, really thoughtful, and I had an amazing time. In fact, trust me, I can go back to see this movie again. I can go back to see it again. If I were to rate this movie, I would rate it 8 over 10, and that's because I had a good laugh. I mean, Toyin promised us good laugh, and I had a good laugh. I enjoyed it, and the lessons were taken also. But one thing I am scared about is the fact that she wants to make another one. Should I say don't do it? Because at the end of the movie, she was talking about, you think this is over, it's not over. Watch out for Alakada Fast Lane. That one, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. I think she should just give this a rest and just focus on some other projects, because it might really get tiring. I mean, it's beginning to get tiring. But again, if I would consider how Jennifer has transformed into a series that has lived for many years, maybe I'll ask her to give it a try, but she should rest first and focus on some other things. She's had an amazing year, from Elevator Baby to Nimbe, quite a number of other movies she's done recently, and I think they are really, really amazing. and receiving that award at the MVCA was also a good motivation for her. Apart from the pandemic that has delayed a lot of things, I'm looking forward to seeing more works from Toyin Abraham, and I know that she would always make me proud. So yeah, guys, you should go see this movie. Like I said, 8/10 is what I'm rating it. It was good, I enjoyed it, and I hope that you would come back to tell me what you think about the movie in the comment section down below. Looking forward to you guys subscribing and liking this video. And yes, now that the cinemas are open, there'll be more movies for us to talk about and review. Thank you for watching. This is just my thoughts on the movie. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.